Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's your boy Isaac.
And this is your boy Bryce.
And we are brothers on tennis. And folks, we are 1 week away from Roland Garros.
Oh, yeah, wee.
Wee, my friend. Wee. And guess what, y'all? Brothers on Tennis is what? Going to be at the French Open. Don't get it twisted. Come on, Bryce.
Right, man. I hope they don't throw us out.
I know y'all don't listen. Try and put on at least your good behavior while you're over there. Just a little bit, please, sir.
Hopelessness may have a whole different meaning over there. We don't even know. Like, wait, that ain't what it means
Like,
to us.
Yeah, that's what it means to us. Yeah, you might want to leave that shirt at home because they might put you in the jail. Be like, why are they in French jail? Because they have on the whole biscuit shirt.
No, but seriously though, super excited because it's one of the big four, right?
That's right.
And actually, I always thought the French would be the fourth of the four that I would end up going to.
Right.
But opportunities and things go around. So Isaac, we're gonna miss you over there, but listeners, I'll be there along with our producer, CJ, and our producer's wife, who also happens to be the first lady of Brothers on Tennis.
That's right.
So y'all look out for her. Y'all might end up seeing a few things from her over there in Paris. So we're just going to be excited to hopefully be a different view for everyone on social media at Roland Garros, and excited.
Absolutely, brother. And I will be living, as will all of the other listeners and viewers. We will be living vicariously through you all, and cannot wait. So I'm excited for you guys. And again, sorry that I cannot make it this time around, but folks, you better know next time Paris comes, yeah, Brothers on Tennis will be there in full.
Right. Exactly. So
yes.
Now, leading into Roland Garros, we had the last big warm-up tournament, and that was, of course, the Italian Open,
yes.
A Masters 1000 on the ATP Tour, and what do we call it on the women's?
It's a 1000. It's a 1000. They used to call it like a tier 1, but I don't know what they call it now.
So 1,000 for the women.
There you go.
It means a really big tournament that you should really want to win. So let's just talk through that tournament. Some very interesting things. You want to start with the ladies or the men?
I'd say let's go ahead with the ladies. Let's start off with ladies first. Ladies first.
All right. Shout out Queen Latifah.
Right.
So the women. Now, the one thing that I do want to say about this draw is, for anybody that listened to our show last week, we said we don't know how the rest of this draw is going to work out, but we know Swiatek's going to win.
Simply put, that's it.
We'll start there.
We don't know much, but we know one thing: Swiatek is going to take this title.
And that she did without losing a set, right?
Without losing a set, and she was dropping folks off at the bakery in every single round, Bryce. Every round. She was like, beep, beep, hey, girl.
Hey, beep, beep.
Beep.
Yeah, I mean, and let's see, she beat up on the bye, and then that Roos, I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
And it's not the strange one, but it's the other one. And then she got up on Azarenka, said, this is not 2012.
No.
She wrote Andreescu, said, nice to have you back, but you still ain't ready.
No.
Sabalenka tried to keep the ball in the court. And then Ons Jabeur, I know you hot right now, but
you're not as hot as me.
For you. I got that ice for you.
I got that ice. Yeah, we're going to cool you down because I am overheating. So there you go. Okay, and we can't have two hot girls. I'm sorry. We
Right.
can't. We just can't have two hot girls. And so just know I am the hot girl.
Right. Right. But speak about this run that Swiatek is on.
Well, I mean, it speaks for itself, Bryce. I mean, she is in the air, the rare air of your Venus, your Serena, your Justine Inna, who have, been on top of the streaks since, I guess it was 2000 when they started well, I know they tracked it before that, but basically that's the air that she is in right now. Is if she wins the French Open, I believe she either ties or will go past Venus for the longest streak in the 2000s. So insane, bruh.
Well, I know she just tied Serena.
Yes, yes. And if she gets
And
another 7, then she will, I believe, tie Venus for the
wow,
longest streak. Yep.
wow, my
Crazy, right?
goodness.
Crazy. And
Yes.
she's the favorite. She's the overwhelming favorite for the French Open.
And the funny thing is it's like it won't be anything new. She's already won
Mm-mm.
the French Open before.
Exactly. So yeah, so it's not like she's gonna be all surprised and all jittery if she gets to the final. She can be like, I won this thing already. This is my spot.
Right. Should have won it last year, but I was playing around. So
Exactly.
wow, yeah, impressive. And you know what? Somebody was saying recently that
Yeah.
one of the things that's boring about women's tennis is nobody's like really dominant, and well,
Can't say that anymore.
nope.
No.
I guess when she saw Ash Barty get out the way, shout out to Ludacris, she just she was like, it's my world,
It's my world. Exactly. And she is playing just like that, Bryce. I mean, she is just like, this is my world. Y'all ain't got nothing for me. Y'all ain't got nothing for my game right now. And she is literally, I mean, like I said, she's putting up them Steffi Graf type numbers. Or when
Oh yeah.
Serena was just like in her dominance, where she was just like, you know what? I got dinner plans. I ain't trying to play with y'all. I got to go. And
Right.
I mean, literally, Bryce, when you drop somebody off at the bread store, air single match, that goes. I mean, that just speaks to how tight your game is in the present.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe she did the same thing that year she won the French. Every
She did.
round, she made somebody take a seat for just at least a set at the bakery.
That's right. So Bakery love Iga Swiatek because they like, ooh, we gonna make us some change today. Know this. I
Well,
mean, crazy.
yeah. Well, let's talk about at least some of the other ladies that had good tournaments. Look, although she didn't win, I do think Andreescu. I mean, that was a good for her to make it to the quarterfinals.
Yes.
And then to lose to, I mean, it's no shame these days in losing to Swiatek.
Well, and gave her the toughest test. I mean, if you think
Mhm.
about it, because she got her to a tie break. And let's be very honest with you, Bryce. There was a very, I would say, controversial call that was made. Now, Andreescu was wrong, but it was still controversial nonetheless. Eva hit a ball in the tie break, and it was a winner. It was simply a winner. And the person, I think, called it out, but there was no way Andreescu was going to get that ball back in court. And so they called it out. The chair umpire came down and said, nope, this ball is in, and gave the
Mhm.
point to Iga. And Andreescu was like, well, no, don't we replay the point? And she was like, no, because you wasn't going to get it back. And again, we know that is, that's the chair umpire's discretion. But
Mhm.
at that point in time, Andreescu, that got under her skin. And I think because of that, she allowed that to really mess with her competitiveness, and that's why she got that bagel in that second set. Is
Mhm.
because she couldn't get a mind right. Because I mean, mind you, when you battling Iga and she's like I said doing big things, you have to be on your game 100%. And if your mental falters just that little bit, which I feel like happened to Andreescu, that ends up unfortunately being the result. But she played her very, very tightly. It was a good match. So, like you said, kudos to Andreescu. Good showing.
Yeah, yeah. So she's making her way back. Uh, I still don't understand who rattled Anisimovan's cage and woke her up, because she continues to, over Bencic, over Danielle Collins, and
Mhm.
took Sabalenka to 3 sets.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, and I know that you and I have always we've been a sort of a different page as it relates to Anisimova. Anisimova was a really strong junior, and coming out,
Mm-hmm.
she was always kind of under Coco's shadow, if you will. But the girl
Mm-hmm.
can play some tennis. She can
Oh,
play
she
some tennis. She
can.
can she can hit the ball, and I feel like I've always kind of felt like when her father passed away, it really, really, really impacted her, and it pushed her back several steps, in my opinion. And I think it's taken her a lot of time to be able to get through that, get over that, and get her mind refocused on tennis and what she wants out of it after everything that has happened. And I really feel like she's playing to the level that I at least expected of her coming out of the juniors. That girl can play some tennis. I mean,
Oh,
she
she
can hit the
can.
ball. Yeah, she
She
can hit the
can.
ball.
Djokovic can play too. But so it was good to see Sabalenka though make
Yes.
back to a semi, because she hadn't been getting out of the first couple of rounds of tournament.
Right. Right. Yeah. And unfortunately for her, she just could not. She couldn't withstand what Iga was bringing, because Iga brings that same level of power, but she keeps it in the court. And like I said, but like you said, bro, good for Big Sab for making it to the semis, because, like I said, she's been all over the map this season. So I feel like that was a really, really good result on her part.
You know who keeps my head twisted?
Come on now.
Is this Jill Teichman? Because when you thinking about it, she can't win a match.
No.
But if you kind of take your eye off her for a second,
Then here she come. Exactly.
I mean, taking out Perlini, and we just call her Pliskova now, Rabakina. I
Uh-huh.
mean, and honestly, really did strong battle with Kasakina.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Jill Tackman, we've seen her. She's got game, man. She's got
Mm-hmm.
really a real nice lefty game, but she's just not. She has not developed that level of consistency that we would expect from her. But the girl can play some tennis, though.
She definitely can play some tennis.
Yeah, yeah.
And speaking of consistency, what's going on with our girl Badosa?
Yeah, yeah. She's I mean, she did make it through to the third round. Kazakina is tricky though. Kazakina is one of them players that she just real tricky, and I feel like unless you Iga Swiatek, you're gonna have problems with a Kazakina. And I think that's
Mm-hmm.
Bazosa has just been a little bit off of late. I think, coming off of Indian Wells, where she was kind of defending her title and she didn't get to defend. Now she's on clay, which I don't feel is her best surface. I feel it's a good surface for her, but definitely not
Mm-hmm.
her best. I
Right.
just feel like she's taking some L's. I don't know that that's really going to be a big confidence hit for her, because
Mm-hmm.
she's we know how great Badosa is. So I feel like she's just kind of finding her way, and I feel like her results, if the French, will be decent. I don't feel like she's going to do anything spectacular. I don't predict her to win it, but she'll be all right. And then once she gets off clay, and who knows, I feel like she may end up having a good grass court season and getting back into hard court. But yeah, right now it's just
Right. Right.
yeah.
Well, who has been the model of consistency lately is Jabeur.
Yes.
And
Man, come on.
she's winning. I mean, she's winning big matches, and I mean, after taking that breadstick from Sakari and like being like, oh, wait a minute, this is you, Maria. Oh, let me readjust.
Right. Let me readjust. Hold
And
on.
and then the strong win over Casakina. I mean, granted, I mean she fell to the same, you know, ultimate finale that everyone else does to Swiatek, but I mean, she's looking really good. You'd have to put her as a strong contender to be a finalist or a semifinalist.
Absolutely. If you're going based on form, I mean, she, like I said, she was going into the final as one of the two hot girls. And mind you, Iga's light was just a bit a bit brighter.
Right.
But that still, like you said, doesn't take away from the outstanding results that she's gotten over the last few weeks here. So she definitely should be confident. She should definitely go very far at the French Open. So yeah, all kudos to Ons Jabeur. She is really showing up and showing out. I like it.
Now, the one thing that this whole Swiatek rebirth or awakening, if you will, the thing that I'm missing from this now is I feel like I want to see her have played Barty.
Me too. Because I still feel as though Barty would have figured out how to play her. It would have been tough, but I feel like Barty would have figured something out. And yeah, it would have been competitive. Yep. I so agree with you, bro.
So shout out to you, Iga. You are doing the damn thing, and we are excited to watch it. Yes. And like you said, I think when the listeners hear us do our preview show, we'll tell you already. I mean, this is who we're going to be picking.
Pretty much. Sorry, y'all. I mean, I wish there was somebody else that. No, I don't even care how the draw is formulated. Iga will be my pick on the women's side.
Exactly. So, all right. Well, let's move on over to the men's tournament, which,
I like it.
Like we said, the draw was basically a cut and paste from the Madrid draw minus Alcaraz.
Right. Which was a huge difference.
A huge difference. But let's go ahead and start with the top. I mean, Mr. Djokovic. I mean, he did what Djokovic does, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I think his whole thing was, let me remind y'all. Let me remind you who I am. And when he saw Nadal wasn't up in there or was, had to get out because of the foot, he was like, and Alcaraz ain't nowhere to be found. Psst, ain't nobody trying to be scared and nobody else in this draw. And he did Djokovic things. He reestablished himself. He gained his confidence. And he just put a whooping on some folks. I mean, he's I mean, we already talked about how he was gonna smack up Karatsev because we knew that was just gonna happen. Gave him that whole biscuit, and then here come Wawrinka, and he was like, "No, sir, you still on the comeback. Let me give you a couple whole biscuits and scoot you on your way." And okay, now here is what I'm gonna tell you though. Okay. That match with Felix, that was a good match. That was good match, and it was a good showing from Felix. I ain't mad at Felix with that match, to be very honest with you. Yes, he did lose, but he battled. And I felt like he played some really, really good tennis against Djokovic in that match. And there were just a couple places here and there that if he had gotten that to a third set, Djokovic probably still would have won. But I tell you what, I just feel like Felix played a really, really good match. And he, to me, has nothing to be, let down about from losing that match. I really feel like he played extremely well. Couple of tweaks here and there, but he competed well. And that's what I like to see. He didn't just get smacked up and set to the side like most of the folks Djokovic was doing. He really, really battled out there and played, to me, a very competitive match. What were did you get a chance to check that out? And what were your thoughts?
I saw parts of it, and I was going to say it was the toughest match that Djokovic played.
Yep.
During the week. Look, I think we're starting to see some real consistency out of FAA that is as a result of the Tony Nadal factor.
Yes.
And we've always said it would take time. I mean, Tony joining the camp wasn't going to make FAA a different player like in the first couple of months. Right. But we're seeing a different player now, and one that, for me at least, starts to look a little bit like the promise that we thought we were going to see from him. So,
absolutely,
that was a good one. Now, but let's talk about this other guy, Mr. Nadal. So we were really kind of thinking like, some things might happen here, especially with Alcaraz out. But what happened?
It was something that we, have always heard about and knew about, but didn't know how extensive it was. And that's that foot.
Hmm.
Nadal's foot just is not healthy. It is an injury. Like he said, he's like, I am someone who is simply, dealing with an injury, and it's ongoing. Some days it's better than others, and it really showed itself in this tournament, and especially in that match against Chapo. Because he was smacking him up. I mean, he was on him, gave him that breadstick, dropped him off the bakery, and then that second set is where you could really see him, being very gentle as it relates to the foot and not wanting to stop at, hard, and you can see him grimace, and that's like, oh man. So
Right.
that is not a good sign, brother, at all for our boy Nadal, because he's going into the French. You only have a week. I just don't know if he's able to, because again, it's not like it's something that can be 100% healed. It is an injury that he has to deal with.
Right.
So I don't know if there's enough time between what transpired and the start of the French that he's going to be able to get that foot healthy to be able to play best 3 out of 5. Against the majority of the people, he won't have any problems. But against the top guys, yeah, that's going to be a tough ask. And it just made me sad when I saw it, because we're hoping for him to show up and show out, and hopefully get number 14. But based on what I saw, and don't get me wrong, we'll have to see the draw. But because I voted against Nadal one year, and I was dumb for doing that. So for me, I'm still not 100% sure if I'm gonna be casting my vote for somebody else. But he's definitely not looking 100%. Bryce, what are your thoughts on what you saw, and going into Roland Garros?
Well, it made me change the way I feel about the Roland Garros draw.
Mm,
Now I want Nadal on the opposite side of the draw from Djokovic,
yeah,
and I need Alcaraz on Djokovic's side.
right, right.
Because if Rafa somehow is able to make it to the finals, and that 13-0 streak is going to be broken,
Hmm.
I would want it to be broken with Alcaraz.
I agree with that. Yep.
Not with hardly anybody else, even though there's a lot of people I could be okay with over others.
Hmm.
But yeah, I would, if his first loss is the emergence of Alcaraz's first title,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
good with
good with
that.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly. In concert. I'm good with that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So that's what the change meant, to me, and it's just sad because and I mean, you could take a lot of players who, I mean, at least Nadal has, you know, goat type numbers, even if he stopped playing today. We look at somebody else who we know is retiring after the French, Songa. I just
Right.
feel like he never reached his potential due to injuries, right?
Correct.
So,
Correct.
so I think Nadal made a comment like that, like, "Look, if I don't play another match, I am so proud of everything that I have done. Um, I'm good." But it's Roger with the knees, Nadal with the foot, Djokovic with the mind. I mean, it's just everybody got their issues right now,
Everybody got their issues. That's right,
you
bro.
know. So now, taking it to the bottom, well, no. Before we get to the bottom half of the draw, so
Yeah.
who we thought, if Nadal didn't make it, would make it to the semifinals on that side, did Rude.
Yes. Yes.
But I think Djokovic showed that, look, Rude, I know you like really, really good on clay. You are really, really good, but
Really,
I'm
really good.
but I'm great on clay.
Yeah. And that's the difference. You're really good. I'm great. And I'm one of the greatest. So you're gonna have to step out the way. And that's what he told him, and that's what he made it look like. He really made it look very routine. And Casper's backhand is, to me, it's a liability. It's too
Mhm.
spinny. He needs to be able to have some pace and flatten it out, and he's unable to do that. And if you are trying to battle with Djokovic, who has one of the best backhands, no,
Right.
sir. No, sir. No.
Right.
He
Right.
made him look routine. He really did. I was just like, dang, Casper. I mean, at least he didn't get dropped off at the bakery, but
He did not.
still, yeah. So I
He
guess
did.
that is a positive.
All right. So, bottom half of the draw.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
were you surprised that Rublev went out to Krajinovic?
I was. But then again, Rublev, like I said, Rublev has had mixed results on clay. I don't, in my eyes, he is not a clay court player. This is just not the surface for him. He likes to hit the ball hard and flat, and he, to me, is a hard court, even potentially a grass court player. Even though I'm not sure how his results are on grass, but I definitely don't see him as a clay courter. In all honesty, so with Krajinovic taking him out, it was like, and I guess the manner in which he did it, because he did give him a hoe biscuit. So it's like, ooh,
Right.
it's like, you better than that now. You at least need to get
Right.
to a tiebreaker if you're gonna lose.
Right.
So that was surprising. Yes, yes.
Well, and that opened up that lane for center to come on
Hmm.
through. Who
Right.
still? I'm just sorry. I got to put it out there. He is the most boring player for me to watch. I just do not get hyped at all. I mean, I don't care who let the dogs out when he plays. I mean, it's just he's not. I mean, he, he's he's not. And don't get me wrong. I know he's good.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
not.
good, but I
I
get it.
it's just like So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, I'm on board with you on that one, and it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. His game is boring. He just hits hard and flat, and he does it very well. But
he
that,
does.
to me, is all he does, and that he has no variety in his game. And and again, I'm still just very, because again, I see him trying to do all this, emotion and pumping your fist, and it still takes me back to when he played Francis and how he
Hmm.
was just so, just putting it out there like, ooh, that's not professional, and you ain't got to do all that, and now you doing it. To me, that's very two-faced, and it's just hard for me to get past that.
Hmm.
At some point maybe I will, but at this point I'm not. So yeah,
No,
I'm just, no. It's like, yeah, if he's playing, it's like, all right, who he playing, and that'll determine whether or not I'll watch that match.
that is the exact same situation for me. Now, the person that the commentators have been all over for clay season has been Tsitsipas. And he
Yes.
came to a pretty tough section of the draw. I mean, Dimitrov, Hachinov,
Hmm.
center, and I mean, we thought. I mean, we kind of called it, right? We
Yeah,
thought it
yeah.
was going to be a rematch of last week,
Yep.
Tsitsipas versus Zverev,
Hmm.
and we felt like Tsitsipas was going to make it through this time.
Correct. And he did. And someone else that also apparently listens to our podcast is Jim Courier, because he said the exact same thing. Shout out, Jim. I know you listening. Anyway, but yes, we were talking about, hey, we don't see anyone stopping that rematch, and that didn't happen. And again, how we predicted, and it was what we said, Bryce, because this surface is more likened to Roland Garros. It, to me, plays into Stefanos's game a lot better than Zverev's. It's slower. He has time that he can get on that backhand, and he can't and Zverev can't push him around quite as much. And because of that, he can use his creativity. And I think he did just that. Again, another tough match. They always seem to go 3 sets, but he ended up pulling it out.
Well, I tell you what, Djokovic in that final wanted to make sure that Tsitsipas understood it wasn't no fluke. What happened at the French Open last year? It wasn't no fluke.
It wasn't a fluke,
And we're
Bryce.
gonna start off this match with this bagel for you. You know,
Right.
or baguette, or whatever you want to call it over there. And they were in Italy, so what in Italy they had? Breadstick, I guess. But no, that would have
Yeah.
been a couldn't even get that. So, so he got that bagel over there, and at least Tsitsipas battled in the second set to get it to a tiebreaker, but oh,
Yeah. Well, but Tsitsipas was up a break, and once again, Djokovic was like, "You're not ready,"
nope.
and he got that break back and ended up pushing it into a tie break, and he ended up taking it. So that to me was very disappointing that Tsitsipas was up that break in the second set and couldn't hold on to it. That speaks volumes. And it's unfortunate it speaks volumes in the way that it does, because they were talking about this on the Tennis Channel, and I 100% agreed. Once again, shout out Jim Courier and Andy Roddick. Basically, they were saying that it's a shame that you got someone like Stefanos, who is so accomplished on the clay and has gotten such good results in this clay court season, yet and still he's likely going to be the fourth as it relates to the odds going in as it relates to the championships, because Nadal, Djokovic, and Carlos Alcaraz will likely all be, the odds makers' favorite over him.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, and it speaks to his mental. He just, to me, still has not gotten over that hump like a Medvedev has in as it relates to the big three. And like Alcaraz, he's like, I'm not scared of you. I got this. And I feel like Stefanos continues to unfortunately collapse in those really, really, tense moments, if you will, similar to Sakari.
And you know what? Speaking of what you just said, which is a big surprise to me, maybe I just hadn't been keeping up with the news, but I thought Medvedev wasn't going to be back until like the grass court. Well, not really even grass, since Wimbledon ain't gonna let him play. But
right.
he over there playing in what is it, Geneva or whatever?
Yeah, I think he's playing at Geneva. Yep.
He said he feels great.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be at the French Open. I did not think Medvedev was playing the French.
Yeah, neither did I, actually. But yeah, he stepped out there and was like, yeah, I'm feeling all right, so I might as well get on out there and see what's up. And good for him. I mean, get you some matches. I don't think he's going into it with any major expectations. Neither should we. I don't think he should be considered, because Clay, even if he is 100% and had been playing, he still wouldn't be considered one of the favorites.
No,
because it's just not his surface. But at the same time, hey, get you some reps and get yourself ready for, the tournaments that are coming up, or the summer hard court,
I absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take us off of the tournament, but when you
you're good.
When you mentioned Medvedev, it made me think, that wow, he's actually going to be in the mix around here. But back to Djokovic, so he gets him another Masters series, and so he adds to his lead over Nadal. He has 38, and I think Nadal has 36 now. Right. And so we know how Djokovic loves his records, and he is. That's another one for him. But this felt like kind of, I know Novak is very happy with this going into the French now. His confidence will be much higher because, as we've been joking with our good friend Linnell, he hadn't beaten like really anybody this year.
Right. Exactly. And, so for him to step out there and get a Master Series, that's impressive. That does a lot for your confidence.
Does a lot. And not only for his confidence, shout out to Mektic and Pavic.
What? What? Who are those names? Where you been, fellas?
Where
you been?
Hey, shout out. And, they took out Isner and Schwartzman.
Yes.
So they understood the assignment. That was a, good win for them, because I think it was like 12-10 or something like that.
Oh, yeah. It was a really good final. They played some tennis, and it was back and forth in that tiebreak. So, but yeah, man, they figured out how to win, which I'm proud. I was like, Mektic and Pavic, where, come on, fellas, y'all used to do this on the regular. Y'all lost that. You lost that love and feeling.
Right. All right, Evelyn.
Sure, right?
But yeah, so shout out to them. So that was a good Italian. Oh, yes. And while we're talking about folks and being at the French Open, I can't remember if we talked about it last week or not, but Berrettini did officially pull out.
Ah, gotcha.
of the French Open. So, you know, I got the last laugh, I guess, on that
Yeah,
one.
apparently, because I don't know what then happened to the boy, but he injured? What did he hurt, or what did
I
someone
think it was
hurt of
something.
his?
Yeah, I think it was something with his hand or his wrist. So,
Oh, okay.
just, I don't remember nothing happening on the court, but
No, I ain't gonna be messy, but I have thoughts. Never mind, y'all.
uh, I think of an action and hearing the words "boy, look," and it's, you know,
Right? Oh man.
so we're gonna keep it moving over that. So there's some tournaments going on this week, like you said, Geneva, and I can't even remember what the other ones
Like
are.
Strasbourg, and they got a bunch. They got four of them: two on the ladies' side, two on the men's. Lyon and Morocco are the
The
four,
Yeah, it's basically the people that know they ain't got no chance of winning Roland Garros and
pretty much. Or they
back
just ain't got no rhythm,
up.
because funny enough, they've got names, but it's weird. Like I said, that these people that are this kind of out of form that they would play the week before Grand Slam. You got like a Muguruza, Pliskova. You've got, again, we talked about Medvedev being out there. You got Gael Monfils is playing in the tournament. So actually some good folks playing. So folks, if you get a chance, I would
Watch,
actually watch it. Watch
yeah,
it, yeah,
watch the
because
non-contenders, yeah.
exactly.
Because I think I saw team got smacked up again today. Uh,
Yeah.
it's like people are getting revenge from when he used to
he
get up
ain't
on
got
them.
he ain't got that way to shot, man. And he lost it. He lost it, and they like, "Woo, your ball ain't pushed me back like it was before." Oh, bring it,
Right,
son.
right. We dealing with Alcaraz now. This, yeah.
Exactly.
So, well, Isaac. So we won't. So next Monday we won't
Right.
be recording a show. We're trying to figure out what day the draw comes out so that
Yes.
we can record our preview show before I get on my plane to head over there to Paris.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, so we're gonna try to get that out to you. But like Isaac was saying in the beginning of the call, uh, along with myself, our producer, and the first lady of Brothers on Tennis, we're gonna try to bring you a lot of content from over there, and a lot of tennis content, a lot of food content,
Yes.
a lot, maybe a little fashion stuff, just whatever's going on over there. Because I don't know about all of you, but I personally have never been to Paris before. So this will be a new adventure. I'm still, in my Babbel app trying to, Bonjour and Merci
Come on.
beaucoup
Come
and
on. Come on.
Ça va and, you know,
Wee wee.
oui. No, they gonna look, somebody gonna come in and be like, boy, just stop trying. I got you. Just stop. Just stop. you know.
Oh man. No, you keep on doing you, brother. You do you. We are all going to be living vicariously through all three of you, and it should be an exciting, exciting time.
All right. So, any final words you've got before we sign off for the night?
Yeah, no, again, if you were at the French, check out Bryce, check out CJ, check out First Lady Marsha. And
Yes.
yes, we and we just gonna keep it moving. We're gonna have fun, enjoy this Grand Slam, and merch. I always want to make sure we throw a little plug out for the merch. If you have not gotten some Brothers on Tennis merchandise, please go to our website. There is a shop page. Click on that, and it will take you to all the wondrous materials and things that we have. And by the way, y'all are gonna see some gear coming up here from the brothers over in France. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all not gonna be ready. And that's all I'm gonna say. So be on the lookout for the gear that brother Bryce and brother CJ is gonna be wearing, because it's gonna be popping. And I'm gonna leave it there. Bryce, back to you, brother.
Well, now the pressure's on, Uh, but yeah, no, good job, Isaac. I'm really excited about some of these new pieces, and we'll be sporting them over there in Paris. So, well, we're gonna go ahead and bounce now. But look, at the end of this week, start of this weekend for our preview show for Roland Garros, and make sure you check it out. So, on behalf of the podcast, this has been your boy Bryce,
and this is your boy Isaac,
and we are Brothers on Tennis. Everyone, be well.